Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the part Democratic Politics. So, students, chapter number 1, Democracy in the Contemporary World, that is not in your syllabus. You can put a cross over here, and these chapters are there in your syllabus. So, let us begin with chapter number 2, what is democracy and why democracy. You know, students, in class 8, your study was totally different. The way you studied, the chapters you have read, the books you were reading, everything was different. In class ninth, your democratic politics. In class 8th, you have called it civics. But in class ninth, it has become democratic politics. So, in democratic politics, the chapter What is Democracy? Why Democracy is very important chapter. What is democracy? You all know the small definition. It is a form of government by the people, for the people, of the people. You know, no. That is a very short definition of democracy. In this chapter, in class ninth, in this chapter, we are going to take up democracy in a broader term. That really, in reality, what democracy is. What are the various points that are to be added in the government to make it a proper democratic government, and then we will study why democracy. But the way in which we will study this why democracy is very different. We will not study it in a straightforward manner. No, we will not study the advantage of democracy. No, we will study this why democracy, we will study in a form of arguments. लाइक डिबेट होती है ना, आर्ग्यूमेंट्स फेवर में, आर्ग्यूमेंट्स उसके अगेंस्ट. लाइकवाइज वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी दिस वाई डेमोक्रेसी. देन वी विल टेक अ ब्रॉडर मीनिंग ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी इन द upcoming pages. So students, let's begin with the term what is democracy. You know, here this what is democracy is being given in a very short manner, because in the upcoming pages the explanation of this democracy is there. So what is democracy according to this paragraph? According to this paragraph, these lines, democracy is a form of government where rulers are elected by the people. Democracy is a form of government where rulers are elected by the people. So let us take up why democracy. So why democracy? You know, that is a little conversation between a student like you, Mary, and with her teacher. That is an argument. Mary is saying, what is the need of reading the whole chapter? What is the need? She said, I don't like the idea of reading the chapter like this. She wanted a simple definition. Here a simple definition is given. This argument, this conversation or argument, you will study it by your own. It is very important to be studied by you. Right? So, here, democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. I have told you this is a very simple definition. So, this is a useful starting point, but this is only a starting point. This is not a whole definition. The definition allows us to separate democracy from forms of government that are clearly non-democratic. They are not democratic. So this simple definition, it tells us the difference between the other form of governments. So the army rulers of Myanmar are not elected by the people. That means that is not a democracy. Clearly समझ आ गया. Those who happen to be in control of army become the ruler of the country. So people who used to control the army, they became the ruler of the country. So that is not a democracy. People have no say in this decision. So role of people is negligible, no role. Then dictators like Pinochet are not elected by the people. This also applies to monarchies also. So likewise, this dictatorship, monarchies are also the same. They are also not democracies. The king of Nepal and the Saudi Arabia rule not because the people have chosen them to do so, but because they happen to be born into the royal family. So they are born into the royal family. That's why They are, because of their hereditary, they are the rulers. This simple definition is not adequate. It is not a proper definition. It is just a simple definition. It reminds us that democracy is people's rule. But if we use the definition in an unthinking manner, we would end up calling almost every government that holds an election a democracy. So every government that holds an election is not a democracy. So many other things are also there. That would be very misleading, as we shall find out in chapter 4. Every government in contemporary world want to be called a democracy. चाहे वो democracy है या नहीं है, but it is good to be called a democratic government. So we must clearly know the difference between a democratic and a non-democratic government. Now we have features of democracy. All the features of democracy, they make a proper definition of democracy. So we have started with a simple definition. अब देखो, एक simple definition से हमने start किया. Democracy is a form of government in which the rulers are elected by the people. अब इस simple definition में हमें क्या क्या जोड़ना है? Who are the rulers in this definition? So who are the rulers? Which officials must be elected for any government to be called a democracy? Which decisions may be taken by non-elected official in a democracy? So we must know who are those rulers, from where they became rulers, what kind of election constitute a democratic election. Elections कैसे हो रहे हैं, कैसे इलेक्शंस हो रहे हैं? क्या इलेक्शन में हमारे पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिसमें से हम चूज़ कर रहे हैं, या हमारे पास सिर्फ एक ही है कि हमें उसी को ही वोट करना है? देन who are the people who can elect the rulers or get elected as rulers? So who are those people? Are they only men? Are they only women? Or what is their age? So many things are to be clarified if we want to understand a proper definition of democracy. Finally, what kind of a form of government is democracy? Can elected rulers do whatever they want in democracy? So on which guidelines they work? If you want to understand democracy in a proper manner, you must get the answers of all these questions. Then it will become a full-fledged definition of democracy, in which everything will be clear. Who are the rulers? What kind of elections are there? Who are the people who used to vote? What kind of government they are forming? Now, major decisions by elected leaders. In Pakistan, General Pervez Musharraf, we all know the name General Pervez Musharraf, a military coup in October 1909. He overthrew a democratically elected government and declared himself the chief executive of the country. So what he did, he started dictatorship in Pakistan in 1999. जो democratic government थी उसको हटा के he became his own government. Later he changed his designation to the president, and in 2002 held a referendum in the country that granted him a 5-year extension. Firstly he became the chief executive of the country, then he became a president of a country, then in 2002 he extended his tenure by 5 years. Pakistani media, human rights organizations and democracy activists said that the referendum was based on malpractices and fraud. Means they were against that extension. They said that the extension has not been done in a proper manner. That is a fraud. In August 2002, he issued a legal framework order that amended the Constitution of Pakistan. So he made an amendment in the Constitution of Pakistan in 2002. According to this order, the president can dismiss the national and provincial assemblies. That means power was in his hand totally. The work of the civilian cabinet is supervised by the National Security Council, which is dominated by military officers. Here also his domination was there. After passing this law, elections were held to the national and provincial assembly. So the Pakistan has had elections, elected representatives have some power, but the final power rests with military officers and General Musharraf himself. So क्या ये democracy हुई? No, elections are there, but that is not a democracy. So students, today up to here only we will study. Try to understand the chapter properly. Try to understand the questions that are being asked in the chapter. Students, thank you and have a nice day.